What's in the barracks as someone who's constantly in tier 20? I'll show you right now. I am here at a local park and I'm just getting so hot, so I can see what Noir's complaining about. I'm gonna find some shade and do something a little different than walk around. Greetings, salutations, welcome back, killers. Thank you for joining me for another video. I would like to show you what's in my barracks. I am consistently in tier 20, and really I just don't always get to use all these units in arena, so sometimes you won't really see too many of these units. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them into this video just so you can get an idea of like what is in my barracks. So first off, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I have a technically completely filled top row plus 10 units. Those are the 4 plus 10 units I have. I don't have any others right now. And I'm okay with it for a few reasons. One, it fills up a whole line, and that's nice. And secondly, I do have one of each color at least, and I have a little variety in red, which is nice. I find that most of my favorite units tend to be red. And I'm actually having a hard time trying to diversify my projects right now, which is sort of a problem, and I'll get to that in a moment. Taking a look at the rest of this, I guess some of the other notable ones to point out is I have a horse Erica that has been developed. I have a horse Crom that has also sort of fallen into my lap, but that's really nice. I've gone out of my way to make Zephiel, and I already featured him at the end of a video a while ago showing you what I thought was a really good unit to be able to just stand there and take hits and debuff everybody, and I've been using him. He's wonderful. Also right now during the current season is Lloyd in the arena, which is great because I have a +4 of him. I like him. I don't even have a fully built kit, and yet I'm still going to be staying in tier 20. I stayed in tier 20 last season, going to stay in tier 20 this season. It's good. I'm pretty excited for the return of Grima, male Robin Grima, whenever he's coming up in an upcoming banner, because I have a +5 of him. And you know, it's not an inspired build, but it's powerful. Trying to look at another color here, the things that I have merged. I have a lot of things that have at least like one merge on. And then you can see here a female Morgan. She's one of my favorite flyers that has a merge. She's not my favorite, period, but she's one of my favorite flyers that have a merge. And really, there's a lot here that have decent builds. All these guys here have decent builds. For a lot of my videos, as you know, I have been making all of these units and testing out these different builds, and I do a lot of math, but I also like to see it work. And so I have a lot of half-finished builds on a lot of things. So if I don't show you a unit, it's probably because it's in disrepair. But going through this real quick just to show you like the composition of my barracks, you can see I have a 575 cap. Let's scroll down here until we hit the point where I'm in the middle, or at where my gold is in the middle. Yeah, it's more than half my barracks. It's 5-star units. So you can see that here I have some 4-star merge projects that I have. Then you can scroll down. Oh, I need to come back and talk about this, guys. If you scroll all the way down here, I don't have too many bronze units. I just have a couple of good fodder and some Grand Hero battle units. And some clerics that I forgot about. I'll get rid of them later. Actually, I'm trying to make more clerics because I do have one that, all the way back up, I have a +1 Elise that I have invested in a little bit, and I like her a lot. I use her in Arena Assault. I like her enough that the Pity Breaker Priscilla that I have, I'm going to develop her. And I just also recently got Maribel, and I have another one of her, so I have a total of a +1 if I want to do that. I'm still debating if that's the best choice since I'm not going to be taking her into Arena. Let's look at some of my +10 4-star merge projects. I have a lot of flyers. The one that I actually just talked about recently, so it's on the top of my mind, is my Baruka. She's a beast with that 52 defense. I mean, wow, it's incredible. You can't really break through that, and I enjoy that so much. She can tank any physical hit, especially on a defensive tile. That gets me going. It's funny, she was one of my first heroes that I had. She was my first flyer hero, period, and I hated her because she just didn't have any on initiation, didn't understand how to use her. Well, now I do, and so I am just super happy that I have one of those. Looking around here though, I mean, keeping in green, I have Cherish. She's a really great unit. I haven't even finished. I don't even think I have. No, I don't have a special on her there. So she's she's not even complete, but she is still just so powerful. On the blue spectrum, I have Cordelia, and that's a great unit to have here as well. These were basically my dynamic duo here for quite a long time. They would run alongside whatever other flyers, or sometimes even whatever else I wanted. It didn't matter. I had that sort of duplicated unit, and I was able to do so many tactics because of that, because I was able to have a certain type of symmetry, and I was able to match the color matchups that I was really worried about. So I would not be here today if it weren't for them. It's funny, but I mean, honestly, that's how I got through so many of the early Grand Hero battles and arena matches. Just repositioning and throwing one of them up there, and then they fall back, or doing the opposite, like getting in position, let them fall back, and then reposition them out of danger. I don't know what I'd do without them. Let's see here. There's a couple other 4-star plus units that I'm particularly proud of. Here's one. Here's my Drog. He's big, he's heavy, it's wood. If you know what that's from, let me know down in the comments. If you don't know what that's from, sorry. Anyway, this Drog, I really invested in him quite a lot. I'm going to be sad if he ever gets his own personal weapon, because I really like his Wu Dao. I mean, he's stacked. I mean, I have that distant counter on him. I gave him distant counter like a day before I gave my Zephiel distant counter. I felt really dumb, because I'm like sitting there crunching the math, and I'm like, oh no, Drog's really good. He's good. He's good. He's probably better than anybody else. Here, let me check this Zephiel. So at the time, they're really evenly matched, but there weren't as many units back in the day as there are now. You know, heaven forbid that more get added to the game. So I had to fix that and give Zephiel distant counter. Drog is here meant to be a wall, but he is meant to be a wall that like really beats you back. Whereas Zephiel is more of you're running into a brick wall. Drog is more like the brick wall is just sort of running into you, and that's that metaphor breaks down, but that's alright, let's just run with it. The other armor unit that I have right here that I'm proud of is my Gwendolyn. I've liked Gwendolyn for a long time. I actually just turned her into a one-headed decent weapon and a decent decent set of IVs. It was a minus attack, and she had a vanilla Brave Lance on her. It was stupid. But I mean, she would charge that thing up and have Bonfire or Ignis and just wail on people. Right now, yeah, giving her the Slaying Lance has given me a lot more use out of her, actually. But it's a great unit, and these are some good units that if you're just sitting there collecting and you don't care about Armor Emblem because you hate Armor Emblem, these are kind of things that you might as well do then, guys. Just go ahead and merge them together, make a good unit like this. If you're not sold on Flyer Emblem, merge those heroes together, make a good unit out of them. Worst case scenario is that you find out that you're wrong and that you really like flyers or armor now, and you know what, you can basically get the same feather value out of them whenever you unlock their potential as you would sending them home. So you're not losing out on a lot here. Couple of last notes just to talk about something. I have these two shameful people right here. They're plus 10 merged and they're level 1. Now Oscar's a great unit. I mean, he is a good one to promote because arguably he's the best blue horse unit, the melee horse unit. When it comes down to it, I like his matchups even better than Summer Cordelia's, honestly, when it comes down to it, because of his mixed stats he has. He's easily summonable, he's easily mergeable. That means he is something that I highly recommend you looking into, whether you do plus 10 4-star or you do something more upgradable and 5-star-ish, that's fine. And then I just did the same thing to Seth because I don't know, he was there, he looked cool, but he didn't seem super powerful, so I did it. And then I never came back to them. I am so sorry, guys. Another thing I want to show you real quick is up above. I am working on, because I have so many merge projects I've done with red, and you can see technically I've like capped several red merge projects, and I've been given so many more. I don't have anybody else in other colors that's that powerful, so I'm going with Raven at first. And I need to finish investing in his skills to make him more arena viable. He's already powerful right now, guys. I've used him to great effect. I love him. I have Linus that I built up, and you may have seen that video whenever I went through him. I have Gale Force on that one. I'm going to keep this one sort of maybe a little more generic Crunk arena fodder here. and just give him Aether. But regardless, I'm excited to finish off Raven, and that's where all my feathers are going right now, assuming I get more Ravens, because Reen is so darn rare to pull. What are you guys merging on right now? What kind of units do you have that are maxed out? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to sort of compare Barracks and see what you guys are working on, and maybe if I've given you some inspiration, that's great. If I can get some inspiration from you, that's even better from my standpoint. Regardless, my name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you, and until next time, take it easy.